Morning, it's Thursday, July 25th, 2024. Peace is a path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this morning, leaders in Ikwere local government area, River State, trade blame over clash in communities. Police fire tear gas at healthcare center in Port Harcourt metropolis. River State government accused of politicizing federal government palliatives. And on the foreign scene, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defends Gaza war as protesters rally outside U.S. Congress. I'm Ifichiku Moyola with the news. And on the Ikwere local government area of River State, Samuel Wanosike has denied involvement in this week's clash in Apani and Umerelu communities. He told our correspondent that the clash was between local vigilantes in Umerelu communities and those allegedly hired from Rumodomaya to the area by the caretaker committee chairman of Ikwere Council, Darlington Orji.
Darlington Orji went to Rumodomaya and gathered Rumodomaya Ospak, and they gathered these men and they came to Ikwere local government and started shooting at people. But what they forgot to know is that every community is properly policed by local vigilantes, and the local vigilantes took offense that you cannot bring vigilante people outside our community and come and invade us. We will resist it, and that was what happened. I challenged Darlington Orji to provide one person that was attacked in today's function, because it was still them, because they want to hide this matter, that came around and destroyed their own vehicles.
Earlier, the CTC chairman of Ikwere Council called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebetoku, and the Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, to take immediate action against the immediate past chairman of the council. At a media briefing in Port Harcourt, Dr. Orji accused Dr. Wanosike of orchestrating an attack that involved shooting women and youth and destroying vehicles during the distribution of federal government palliatives in Apani and Umerelu communities. He said it is not the first time Dr. Wanosike and his group have attacked innocent citizens because of their support for the administration of Governor Fubara.
Samuel Wanosike himself with some policemen when they are shot at the women, and the videos are viral. As I speak to you, I can take you to the hospital where you see our people lying in pains with gun shots. I don't know how they are going to survive. Their vehicles battered. If not for the grace of God, I would have also been killed. I have said over time that politics is not a do or die affairs. It is not because we are afraid we can defend our territory, but because we have chosen not to share the blood of any person. Because of the peaceful disposition of the governor, His Excellency Amo Pusinebo, the governor of River State. Otherwise, we would have taken the war to them. Someone is not an outlaw.
He warned that if no action is taken to curb Dr. Wanosike's activities, the people might be forced to take the law into their own hands.
I also say it very clear. We can take the war to them. And I won for the last time as the chairman of Ikwere local government, sitting today as the CTC chairman. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. If the IG cannot do anything, the Commissioner of Police cannot do anything, then they will leave us with no choice other than to take laws into our hands and protect ourselves. And I don't pray it gets to that point. I pray that someone should be reminded that his term has elapsed and he should go home and sleep. If you love your people, will you attack them with guns and bullets? Because the governor of River State have asked us to keep quiet. And I said, no, this is the last time I'm going to take this rubbish. If someone attempt it again, then it means that they are looking for will come to their doorsteps.
In Obiakpo local government area of River State, the chairman of the caretaker committee, Chijoke Ihunwa, condemned what he called an attack on some residents of the area on Wednesday. Addressing journalists after the incident, Mr. Ihunwa accused the police of tear gassing pregnant women and children who came for a free medical outreach in Iliozu.
What they are doing is to attack those who are supporting the governor. We are law-abiding people because we love peace. And our principal said we should be calm. What they want is for somebody to die, but we said no. Our government is to call his men to order, including him, Mr. President, to call him to order. Because the IG has taken side. You can go to one part of River State. All the local government councils have been sieged by the police. a program that is being done by the Rivers State Ministry of Health. Right, Honorable Martins will sponsor the police and the CS Masalachi to come and disrupt what we are doing. And as a local government, we want to call on Chief Barrister Wike that he should concentrate in what he's doing in Abuja and allow Rivers people to rest.
The Obiakpo CTC chairman, however, appealed to President Bola Tinubu to call FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to order. He said the people of Obiakpo local government will continue to show restraint despite the glaring provocation.
They are trying to tarnish the image of his government. So Mr. President should immediately call Nyesom Wike to order. And I want to also appeal to Mr. President to sack the Inspector General of Police because he's now a politician. He has taken side. He's more or less an answer to the Minister of FCT. And if people are saying, we have rejected them, we're not going to support them. So no amount of intimidation will force us to support them. I want to call on our people to remain calm and continue to pray for our governor. Rivers State cannot be for sale. The Wike has done his for 8 years, for God's sake. He should allow peace to reign in our state. Go to Abia State, go to Ebonyi. Everywhere is quiet. Why is it that it's only Rivers State? I'm aware that the IG said they should arrest him.
Meanwhile, police say they are investigating the attack on the Model Primary Healthcare Center Eliusu in Port Harcourt Metropolis on Wednesday. The police public relations officer in the state, Grace Iringikoko, said in a message that the police received a distress call from the health center in Elius, where she said supporters of the two separate political factions in the state engaged in a fight. SP Iringa Koko said the police responded by sending operatives to the scene to restore law and order. She said the police deployed anti-riot tactics, including the use of canisters, to disperse the crowd. Earlier, an eyewitness told the correspondent that the police fired tear gas at the Elius Healthcare Center. The eyewitness said she had just arrived at the health center when the incident happened. She said scores of women and children who had gathered at the health center scampered for safety. The eyewitness said heavily armed mobile policemen took over the premises of the health center. She said the women and children had gathered to receive free medical care ahead of the flag-off ceremony by the Rivers State government to mark the first round of Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week. The healthcare center, which was the venue of the flag-off, is close to the residence of Martin Amihule, who was the leader of the 27 lawmakers loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. The event had to be moved to the building of the State Primary Healthcare Management Board at Waterlines, Port Harcourt. In the meantime, pregnant women, mothers, children, and newborns are set to receive free medical care at various primary health centers across the 23 local government areas in the state. Speaking during the flag-off ceremony to mark the first round of Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week, the State Commissioner for Health, Adezore, said the initiative aims to improve maternal nutrition and reduce child mortality rate. Dr. Ore highlighted that care provided includes immunization, antenatal care, and human papillomavirus vaccination, among other services.
The health outcomes of our mothers, the health outcomes of children, an indicator of how well our society is doing. The major areas are antenatal care, immunization, cervical cancer screening, HPV vaccination, nutrition supplementation. The MNCH week, which we have just flagged off today, is an indication that we are ready to work more assiduously, closely and collaboratively to build on those successes and record more achievements for the survival and the well-being of the people of Rivers.
On the spot, the Executive Secretary of the Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board, Green Kenekawa, said the introduction of obstetrics ultrasound scans at the health centers will enable early detection of abnormalities in pregnant women at the primary level.
The novel thing that has been done today is the introduction of obstetric ultrasound scan to our service. So you go to selected facilities in the 23 local government areas. The services are very important so that at the primary level, you're able to detect if there are abnormalities, if there is any problem. In fact, this is the first of its kind in the South in the nation. We are using this medium to tell our fathers, our men, that the health centers are not only for mothers and children. Men, services that we render at the health centers are also for you.
Our correspondent reports that Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week started on Monday, July 22nd and will end on Friday, July 26, 2024. Healthcare providers are expected to conduct outreaches in churches and strategic areas to reach out to mothers and children in the state this weekend. The event is in collaboration with the Obiakpo Local Government Council. Moving on, the Chairman Caretaker Committee of Ogubolo Local Government Area, Evans BP, has ordered the immediate stoppage of the construction of a multi-purpose town hall in Ogu over failure by the developer to seek the consent of the council before initiating the project. The project was reportedly attracted to the area by the Executive Director of Finance and Administration of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Boma Iyaye. Speaking to newsmen during an on-the-spot visit to the project site, Mr. BP said the building plan violates the development master plan of the area. The CTC chairman, while commending Mr. Iyaye for attracting such a project, said it was sited at the wrong location. He said the developer ought to have consulted with the local government council before embarking on such a project.
This land belongs to the community. As the citizen chairman of the local government area, I'm also the chief security officer. All lands are in my custody, in trust for the people, according to the bylaws that regulate customary lands. This is the only land we have in this new layout, new Sanfield area, which is fast developing. We don't have any other playground. This area in the allocation, it is a green area. It's an open area for recreational center, for ceremonies and all that. As the chief security officer, I am not on the know of the project.
The Ogubolo Caretaker chairman also said the local government council is open to discussion with the developer to move the project to the right location in accordance with the development master plan of the area. He explained that the site of the project is a green area reserved for recreational purposes and not for a project like a multi-purpose town hall.
They should come, who can dialogue, who can sit down on a round table and talk where this project could be sited, not on this land. So please tell them they should avoid this land for now, pending when we will resolve this issue. So we have resolved that we are going to relocate the project to another better site so that it will truly serve its purpose. This land cannot befit that project. It's a multi-purpose hall. It's a good thing. We can have more than 3 multi-purpose, there's no issue. But the matter in contest is the land. The site is not the proper site for that project.
Still to come, Rivers State government accused of politicizing federal government palliative. Stay with us.
Coronation, coronation, coronation.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The chairman caretaker committee of the APC in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, has accused the Rivers State government of politicizing the federal government's palliatives for the state. Mr. Okocha made the allegation while briefing journalists shortly after his meeting with the national chairman of the APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, at the national secretariat of the party in Abuja. He claimed that the items had been hijacked on the order of the governor and were distributed only to his supporters in the state.
The party APC in Rivers State is doing excellent work. You recall that we took the party from the ruins, we took it from the state where it was almost to be called a social club, and as we speak to you today, our office has become a beehive of activities with people, members, some who have left, and some who were non-partisan, and some who were on the other side are beginning to throng into the party in droves. We have also been able to convene meetings of our stakeholders.
Speaking on the state of affairs of the APC in Rivers State, Mr. Okocha said the party was in disunity with several aggrieved members when he took over its affairs. But aggrieved members have been reunited and are ready to take over the government of Rivers State.
We'd like to seize this opportunity to cancel against the planned protest by people like our failed politicians. You don't have to take it through the back door. Elections were concluded in 2023. The president had emerged and he's doing his duties as president. Nigerians are all aware of the challenges that have bedeviled this country over years. And for anybody to imagine, in 365 days, the president can change the entire scenario, then the person is a joker.
He also appealed to Nigerians to shun the planned August 1st protest against the current economic situation in the country. He said the protest is organized and sponsored by failed politicians who want power through the back door. And now the paramount ruler of Rumwehio Akanya community, Rumukuta in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State, Eze Chigo Frank Oho, has felicitated Ezo Hapara, the fourth of Apara Kingdom, Eze Chike Amadi Nwoluwodo, as he marks his 77th birthday celebration. Ezo Oho, in a statement on behalf of the chiefs, elders, youth, women, and the entire community, described King Nwoluwodo as a trailblazer and an astute administrator who he said has demonstrated good acumen in the leadership of Apara Kingdom and its people. He expressed optimism that King Nwoluwodo will continue to deliver purposeful leadership that will advance the socio-economic and capacity development of the Obiakpo people and beyond, as well as uphold the sanctity of the traditional institutions in the state. He also thanked Governor Siminalayi Fubara for the appointment of Eze Nwoluwodo as the chairman of the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Council. He expressed hope that he will use his wealth of knowledge in the development of the council. Now, the Rivers State chapter of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors says it has uncovered individuals posing as its members to issue fake survey plans to property owners and land developers. The state chairman, Baridile Bara, who disclosed this during a media briefing in Port Harcourt, said that these fraudulent surveys document are invalid and cannot be used for land registration. Mr. Lebara specifically warned the public against dealing with non-registered members of the institution.
The Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Rivers State Branch, seek to inform the general public on persons parading themselves as surveyors in the state. The branch has identified the following specimen of fake survey plans signed by these impersonators. They are as follows: Blessing Uju, Magnus Chisom, Alex Yuchuku, Etuk S. Udo, Charles E. Chima, Engineer Wala. The above listed persons are thereby declared persona non grata, and the institution will do all that is possible to bring them to book.
He also accused one Onari Briggs of issuing fake survey plans to unsuspecting members of the public.
We have one of our surveyors, very old surveyor in the state. He has worked in the ministry before. His name is Onari J. Briggs. This one is a surveyor. He signs plan that does not follow due process. The pillars on all his plans are fake. He does not buy those pillars from our regulatory body, which is a SOCOP. He puts any number he has and put it on the plan and sign. And we are also, by this same notice, informing the general public that any plan signed by Onari J. Briggs is fake, null, and void.
Efforts to reach Onari Briggs for comment have not been successful. And now, the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency Nostra says it is committed to ending gas flaring, reducing methane emissions, and enhancing environmental sustainability in the country in line with global best practices. A statement said the Director General and Chief Executive of Nostra, Chukwuemeka Nwoke, said this during his opening remarks at the third National Extractives Dialogue held in Abuja on Wednesday. Mr. Nwoke said the dialogue positions gas flare reduction not just as an environmental necessity, but as a catalyst for broader sustainable development and a key driver towards net zero emissions goal. He said by tackling gas flaring, new pathways for energy efficiency, economic diversification, and community resilience will be unlocked, which he said will boost economic growth and job creation. He also said Nostra is dedicated to ensuring that the exploitation of the country's natural resources does not come at the expense of the environment. In other news, the Rivers State Universal Basic Education Board has assured parents that their children in public schools will receive the best education. Chairman of the board, David Briggs, said this when he led members of the board to pay an unscheduled visit to some public schools in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. He said Governor Siminalayi Fubara is dedicated to enhancing public schools infrastructure and has pledged to ensure that all public schools in the state are adequately staffed with teachers.
The schools we visited, those teachers that were there and their headmistresses were commendable. They are doing their best, but we'll also assist them to do better. The governor has assured the state in his statement that he will not allow any school without teachers. He has in several occasions said that there is no way public schools will be allowed to deteriorate under his watch. We will sacrifice all we could, but ensure that our students in junior secondary school, our people in primary schools and the nursery school has the best. The teachers will be encouraged. Whatever that is due them is given to them.
Dr. Briggs also said the board will continue to pay unscheduled visits to schools across River State and caution staff against absenteeism.
We are appointed not to be in the office. We are appointed to oversee what is happening in the schools. At least today we realize that there are some teachers who are not reporting for duty, and I and my team have directed that they must report to the board by Friday to give explanation why they were not in school. But at the same time, we will not condone any form of truancy. If you are caught, not only will you refund the money for the number of months you have been out of school, the appointment may be terminated or possibly you will be dismissed. We will be visiting school from 7:30 a.m.
Correspondent Martha Okerinkem reports that some of the schools visited include State Model Primary School 1 and 2 Borokiri, State Primary School Churchill, and Government Junior Secondary School Borokiri, among others. We're going on a short commercial break right now.
My confidence is you. The members of the Forum of River State Government Teachers with PhD
Benjamin Netanyahu has told U.S. lawmakers that, in quote, "Our enemies are your enemies," in a landmark speech to Congress intended to rally support for the war in Gaza but marked by protests inside and outside the capital. And on the news this morning, you heard leaders in Ikwere local government area, River State, are trading blame over the clash in communities. On the foreign scene, we told you that Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defends Gaza war as protesters rally outside U.S. Congress. The news was edited by Choma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Monyeli. Many thanks for listening.